This video is for those who love maths and want to have more reasons to love maths. It's for those who are not sure and want to know why they need maths. It's also for the category of people who want to give the subject a second chance, most likely after a first time unsuccessful trial. And it is for those who want to learn from the very beginning. I mean, from scratch. Hello and welcome to the Mercy Touch. I am your math tutor and I'll be breaking the subject into bits and pieces. Math is a science of quantity, pattern, order, structure. You know, think of it as playing with numbers or like simply solving a puzzle. When you solve a puzzle, there are definitely rewards for solving a puzzle. Let's talk about the long-term rewards for solving math problems. It will improve your logical and quantitative reasoning abilities. The second long-term benefit that it gives is that it will enhance your ability to solve problems in maths and in life in general. And the way that you approach it would definitely reflect from a knowledge that stems from the foundation of solving mathematical problems over the years. So, in general and in conclusion, it gives you a bird's eye view. The third benefit is that math will make you smart. It is going to enhance your intelligence quotient. I won't have to explain this to you because you will be experiencing it yourself as you go on this journey. Let's talk about the fourth benefit is that it will be building your mental capacity. It will improve depth in thoughts, in thinking. That's what I mean. Because it forces you to think, it forces you to bring a solution to a mathematical problem. So it is indirectly or directly building you for a problem solving skill. So you are benefiting a problem solving skill. And this problem solving skill over the years will leave you with an improved depth in thinking. Lastly, math will give you the gift of intuition. I knew you're going to like this one. You just see a problem and you just know the answer without even having to think. You have not had the chance to process it, but you know what the answer is. So you see that math is a very beautiful subject. If you know that you want to experience all of these things, you want to receive the benefits of all the things I've mentioned, learn math with me. Now, how can you learn? What are the tools to learn math? Well, the good news is that it's not expensive and you will not be breaking an arm and a leg for it. I'm just joking. Oh well, you won't be breaking an arm and a leg actually, but you will require these tools. Number one, the right mindset and the right attitude. Practice daily. Learn your multiplication tables. Give yourself grace and pray to God for understanding. Because there are barriers to understanding and knowing maths is the reason why I have listed these five tools for you. When the subject was being introduced to you the very first time and you didn't quite grasp what the subject was all about, there are possibilities and chances that you would not love math. That alone is a faulty start or foundation to learning the subject. However, now that we want to give the subject a fresh chance, we have to learn to embrace it and like the subject. You have to like math. That's That's a way to start it. A good way to start it is by liking math. I didn't say love because over the time you would grow to love math. So let's start with like math, and math will like you in return. By the way, you have to understand that you need math daily. If you look around you, you would see that you are already using the application of math knowledge without even knowing it. How do I know this? I know this because when you pay for an item, you will need to count your money, and you will need, if it requires change, you will need to ask for your change and know the exact amount of change that you need. Without the knowledge of math, you see, you would not know. So chances are that you're already using the math knowledge without knowing it. You need math for the accurate descriptions of things or of a location. For instance, if I were standing in between two buildings and you were to describe that, what would you say? You would say if you count two buildings before and after, or she's in between, these are just an example of the fact that you are even using math in your day-to-day life. You need math for the precise measurement of things. You need to be able to measure. Tailors, they use fashion designers, they use measurements to measure, oh, the length of your arm or the length of your leg, or whatever measurement that needs to be accurate would be needing the knowledge of math. You need math to know your age. You need math to know the number of years that is the difference between yourself or your sibling or your mom or your dad. You see, you need math to know your age. You need math to know the time. You need to be able to calculate how many minutes left for you to complete a certain task. So you're already using math without knowing it. So when you say you don't like math, I dare say, ask yourself again. So you need math as much as you need oxygen. If you come to that understanding, that would be a very good attitude and mindset to begin with. So now you have to practice daily. As I earlier mentioned, you have to practice daily. You know what they say? Practice makes perfect. So if you spend at least, say, 30 to 45 minutes and to 1 hour, depending on the capacity that you build over time, you would see a very good improvement in your understanding of mathematics. So don't worry, just practice. Try and make out time, 30 minutes at least, 30 minutes at least in going over what you have learned, and it will stick. And the next is your multiplication table. The multiplication table is basically your 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 2, and it goes on to the multiplication tables for 1, multiplication tables for 2, down to um if you can do up to 12, that would be beautiful, because math is basically about um multiplication, addition, and subtraction, division. A lot of these, which I'll be making a video about, but basically one of the challenges that the students experience is from the multiplication table. But it wouldn't be a challenge. It would be less of a challenge if you are able to master and memorize the multiplication table. It will speed up your mathematical knowledge. That is why I have included it as a tool to be equipped with while trying to learn mathematics. The next we'll be talking about is to give yourself grace. By that is you should give room for mistakes. You know that, you know, the mistakes are what helps you to correct your errors. If you don't make mistakes, how would you grow? Anyways, so everybody makes mistakes. Doesn't matter how many times you make the mistakes. As long as you're willing um to be consistent, to be steady, to be steadfast, and to be determined to know the correct answer. That's all that matters. Don't let anyone shame you for the number of times that you make a mistake for. That's why I said give yourself grace. Everybody has a learning pace. It doesn't matter what your pace is, but what just matters is that there is growth. If your pace is a 0.01%, it doesn't even matter. What matters is, are you progressing? You see? Don't miss that point. Don't let anyone shame you for the pace at which you move. So, which is also why you are on this channel and you have the opportunity to always replay and practice. The more you practice, the more perfect that you become. There is always going to be growth. Never give up. If you don't give up, you will definitely see the improvement and the pace that you desire to be on. And also, and lastly, prayer. When you pray for understanding, I think you will receive it. You know, God is the one who created us and He created us beautifully, and He definitely knows the buttons to press. So when you make your request to God, your creator, tell Him, "Oh Lord, I'd like to understand this subject, but I do not know how to go about it. Please give me the wisdom, give me the understanding that I require." And I promise you, you'll be seeing massive results. Don't ever skip that process. God will give you the ability to learn speedily. He will give you an excellent spirit like He gave to Daniel. And you will see your mathematical skills improve.